Hey gang, welcome. We're going to pick up a second draft on the day here today. This is going to be of the premier variety. Probably not finishing all these games before I sign off. Well, it depends. Maybe I'll 03 done and that's all there is to it. But probably playing about 3 games here before I sign off for the day. And we're going to see what we can find in these here packs. Still willing to draft whatever seems best and open. It just best seems to always be red-black. Openness is another question there. Someone who is open, though, is Mox Boarding House, sister company of Card Kingdom, my sponsor. If you have anything that you need in the physical tabletop game realm, please check out my sponsor via my affiliate links. Let them know you got there from here. Help keep me on the air. I love Card Kingdom. And I'm working on a charity event with them. I'm going to be playing in a charity event that's going to be streamed on August 15th. So if you would like to either watch that, check that out on the 15th, or if you want to help me meet my lofty goals of $1,000 donated to this excellent charity for young women, then we can do that. Then you can do that too. Gotta start on Drizzt here. I like a Hama. I like a Paladin. This is a pet card I haven't really played in a while. If it weren't for the Drizzt, I'd kind of be tempted to start on Paladin and see if we could wheel the Hama. But let's start here. Yeah, this is an excellent card in Rakdos, by the way. Is it a dragon? Elf Ranger, not a dragon. Is looking at that temple. So speaking of dragons, we do have a red dragon. Darkstar wants to go right to Peggy, which, you know, if we're just following Drizzt down is fair. Monk class is interesting to me, especially if that Hama, or whatever her name is, might wheel. Maybe I'll take Monk class and try to do my white-blue thing. Splash the Drizzt. These are probably the correct picks, but I'm going to have some fun with it today. See if I can navigate back to my white-blue dungeoneering, but table's not really letting me. Look at this. Now we've got to take a Morningstar. I think Morningstar is the best card here. It's not even that great. This is not super signally or anything. I just think it, like, Fangblade might be the next best. I don't even like Dungeoneer in my blue-white decks. So yeah, I like Fangblade or Morningstar. I think red is more likely to work with any of this stuff, but we're kind of all over. Yeah, we could be Venture. It's true. Maybe we take the Venture. Yeah, all right, fine. I'll take the Fangblade. Chat likes the Fangblade a little better, and I was close on those two anyway. Hunter's Mark with the Drizzt in the pile is hard to ignore, although Planar Ally is what I'm talking about with enabling my blue-white Sky Adventurers. But I gotta take the best card here. It's this. And it matches the best card in our deck. Especially if we can Hunter's Mark onto Drizzt. Then plate armor onto Drizzt? Yeah, sure. Taking that. Grim Bounty is a call out as well. But I think with the Drizzt, I just want the plate armor. Interesting. Chat wants to go to the bounty direction. Yeah, I get that there's no eye, but Drizzt, like, whatever. I'm going to take plate armor and lean into the bomb we have. Dragon's Fire? Oh, come on. I passed a Grim Bounty trying to be interesting, pick 5, and now I get Dragon's Fire, pick 6. Table, what are you doing? feel like I have to take this. How do we not take this? I mean, yeah, Dwarfold Champ goes into the deck and stuff. All right, you know what? I am going to ignore red-black, whatever. I'll commit to being different, but this is absurd. After a Grim, especially. Werewolf has the right idea, I think, but we're going to have to do the fun idea. Torch versus another champ. Versus, you could do some mythic rare draft in here. Yeah, Nuts Rakdos deck going. Probably just actually want another champ. We can pick up a torch. These go late. Let's get creatures. You know I like my torches, but I'm not going to be silly about it. Gorgeous George is us committing to the plan. Monk class might still play. Let's take it, though. Again, we're going to commit to the plan. My pet card did wheel, and I'm going to take her. Because we still could end up here. I could take the Bard, though. Am I being silly to want the Hama? Got Monk class, Plate Armor, Champ, Splashable, White. I'm going to take my pet card because I can't help it. Bard is probably better. Bard is like the grown-up pick, but I'm not going to be a grown-up here in this draft. Pablo, you such little faith. Cleric, again, probably better for green-white. But I'm going to take the card that leads to this possible path. Boots still here. Great Axe. Well, it's rare draft at this point. Oh yeah, I haven't rated Marshall in forever, but it's like the jury duty threw me off. But let's see if Marshall's drafting by the time we're ready. Spoils here. Yeah, spoils over basically nothing anyway. Looks like my Hama hedge is fading. Oh, the red-black deck we could have had. Feels absurd, but we'll take this now. I don't think we're looking to splash right now. Looking to be just white-green again. Bomb green. Wouldn't mind a Troubadour. But Froghemoth is where it's at. Couple of bomb 5 drops now. Bull's Strength could help with that. Yuan Ti is... wow. You think a Troubadour is better? I don't think so. You can surprise people with this. But... man, this is a good card. Hate passing her. If we do, though, Bull's Strength... you think it's worth a splash? How are we splashing? It's true we're not missing out on much. That's a reason to just hedge. I didn't need a lot of pushing Siriana. Cleric, here's that torch we could grab. Thanks, Rob. Wizard class gets us farther into blue. I think I take a torch here, though. Could take another torch or just a 2-drop white creature, which we're not super high upon. This is really kind of a 2-1 for 2, though. It's really not great. Yeah, I'm just going to take torch number 2. And then we get somewhat paid here. I think we take Moondancer over the Priest, but I love the Priest too, of course. Good stuff to see, though. Here's a Priest to grab. Probably not splashing this. I don't mind that we hedged there, given what was in the pack. And now I'll finally take a you meet in the tavern and consider it. Longbow. Only playable in our colors here. Unless we're looking to branch into the blue. I'll take the longbow and board it, put it in the board though. I don't think we're playing it. Georgie is fine. I could see bringing this out of the board, but we're best of one is the problem. Bull's strength, as observed, pretty good with some of the stuff we have, especially Froghemoth. Especially Drizzit. Driz. I'll just call him Driz. Be like Dr. Dre, you know? Pally over Priest. Unicorn and Priest are nice. Let's see what our curve looks like. Yeah, I get Priest, but twos. 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 I want twos. I like the extra card, believe me. But I like getting on board on 2 even more. Speaking of Pallies. Speaking of Pallies. Spoils is there, but I'm taking the rare. Herd Gorger, but I think we just want Ranger's Hawk number 1 over George number 3. Yeah, Hawk with the 2 torches is real. Portable Hole is also real, but so is Owlbear and Uni. What do you think? Look at this one. Only 2 5s. I think we're on Owlbear. If we had been stacked at 5, maybe not Owlbear, but Owlbear when low on 5s is just hard to pass. Another plate armor, and I'm in for it. Get better in multiples, right? Maybe cut a torch here with 2 plate armor. I think I still want 1 torch. Don't think we're playing this. This deck is too strong. We got a deck already. Are we a life gain deck yet? Jeez. We're not really getting any payoffs for life gain, but we'll take it. Almost think maybe the Paladin is better if you're not getting the trick. I guess we have Moondancer. Peggy or Cleric? Cleric gets us Paladin class, so we're going to take the Cleric. Yeah, so I mean, this is a good payoff, but it's like our only one, right? I mean, is there anything else that cares about gaining life at all? I don't think so. Yeah, this is, we're not playing, we don't need the Pit Trap. I guess we can take the Pit Trap, but all rare draft. Pit Trap may have been, make the deckable. And a Ranger, late price. Is the person in black-red not paying attention? Uni comes back, nice. We got real cuts. I think a George has to go. This, of course, is just a mistake to be in there. And then we are looking at 18-9 as our split. probably cut the Ranger. Yeah, I'm in for cutting those, which leaves Ranger as a cut. It's good though. Yeah, with, and with the Paladin class, maybe it's just cut Dungeoneer. And then we need 17. Get rid of these lands though. Use something else. Oh, I have such... I carry a torch for the torch. And we do have double plate armor that really likes to have one other piece of equipment to make this cheaper. So I think we keep these 3 equips. Thank you for the hosting. Thank you, O'Malley. Appreciate it. You're asking the wrong guy about commander stuff, but I bet chat would love to help you. Let's see. Play an additional land, and whenever a land, you draw a card. That's a cool card. What am I cutting? All this has to stay. Like 100% of this has to stay. I'm not cutting any of my 2s. I like the Hawk with the double equip, so it's really got to be a 5 or the Torch or even the Strength. Like Strength, Torch, or Ranger, or George, or one George. I think I'm going to be greedy on the Torch, so I'm going to cut the trick. Oops, I also need to add lands. Everybody likes to joke when you're screwed. Have you thought of adding lands to your deck, Ryan? Sometimes apparently the answer is no. More need for early white than early green. I think the suggestion is giving us 9 green because of these green cards, but we can get 2 green by then. I'd rather be more likely to cast Pally and Hawk on 1 than worry about having the double green for these double greeners on 5 or 6. All right, looks fine. Oh, it needs a name, though. Palling around. I said pally a lot. All right, looks good. Champ into Paladin, we hope. If not, champ into champ could do worse. All right, champ into Pally looks like a possibility. We also now have spoils ready if they do play something we just feel we have to snap off. That's actually good. I'm fine with that. We get... Oh, the double plate armor will play nicely with each other. That's cool. And we're going to go down the mine. And we want mana here. I mean, it's not the most useful thing for next turn, but we don't want to not play our 4th land, so we're going to keep that. Like, it doesn't enable anything in our hand. We don't get to spend all 4 next turn, but it's a clear keep. Yeah, we do pick up. It's also nice that it's a forest. Although I think even if it's a plains, I'd probably keep it. 50 feet of rope is kind of a win or stop playing the game kind of card. I mean, that's of course a joke. Any deck can win, and I also don't want to make any oppo feel badly for what cards they're choosing to play, but I don't think this is a playable card. It's too clunky. It doesn't do enough for its cost. Oh, we do have a meme though, so that's a good use for it, right?
New York City!
Get a rope.
If I go treasure here, we can 2 spell. I think that's worth it. I think I want that over a Gobbo. If we get a land next turn, we can play plate armor and equip one of the 2 to the champ. Didn't quite get there, so if we do this, we gotta go full on. Looks like they're mana stuck. I'm gonna try to put the plate armor on the champ. If they have something like Dragon's Fire, it's a bit of a blowout, but then they're not firing our paladin, so I'm willing to do it. Yeah, we could do that too. I mean, it worked, so now we have a 6/6. It's just like, come on. Make them have it. They're stuck on 2. And now next turn, if we get a basic land, we can plate up Nadar even. I think this one's over. Well, now we go Hawk. Just spoils win. Could play the Hawk too, it just doesn't matter. Nice. Yeah, I like it. Do we go Hawk first? Just get our aggro on and we'll get the Paladin class going at another time. But I want Hawk into Moon Dancer into Cleric. Do we get anything else to get with the Cleric? What else do we have? No, nothing else to get with the Cleric, but it's still, you know, it's having 2 copies of Paladin class is worth it. But now this is just a 3/2 for 3, which is, you know, not great. But we have any land now, we get 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 by Paladin class activate. Oh, hello, friend. New plan. Innkeeper Paladin class seems good. Oppo's going to get some life because we're not doing any blocking, and they've got Talisman, but then we get to just kind of go bonkers. We can even Froggy next. Although Froggy's best with stuff in the yard. Although, you know, hasty 4/4 is fine and everything. But might just go with the Paladin class anyway and try and get some surprise value that matters out of Froghemoth here. Man, I practically want to trade off. Like, yeah, Darkstar is calling it out. This is going to get big and everything, but this sets him back. Sets him back so far, right? And this actually puts something in the graveyard for the Froggy, if we want to do that thing. Which now I think we do. And they're stuck on land. I mean, we're taking advantage of mana screwed opponents in back-to-back games here, but that's what we do. That's what they do when it happens to us. Good luck, all in. Yeah. Well, and for those of you who missed the draft, we stone passed a nuts red-black deck. Like, the correct seat for our draft was actually red-black, if we really listened to it. But I was trying to do something else, and we ended up with a great deck. But I think it would even be better if it were the red-black version. We did pick up some bombs, though. By kind of marking our territory with the white-green, we got some bombs passed in packs 2 and 3. Yeah, I'm a real champ here, showing you how to beat opponents who can't find a second land, or a third land. This is great. Innkeeper into Champ Moondancer. Yeah. Although you could make a case for holding the treasure for the double Georges, but we'll see. Definitely starting on Innkeeper. Innkeeper into Moondancer at the very least, and then we'll see about the Champ. Yeah. If I said that in the wrong order, I didn't. I was just talking about what we were going to cast, not the sequencing. Smashing Pump Kid, living up to the username there. Delver's Torch on top. Interesting. Can't cast and equip it next turn if we use the treasure this turn. Probably don't want the torch because we want another land. Yeah, I love the torch. I'm just being stubborn though. We just need land for double George. So it would be irresponsible to not seek the land we need for these two. And actually, I believe we can... I'm going to not play the Champ. We don't even have a play for next turn, so I'd rather take the chance that we go next turn Champ, turn after George, then get a Champ one turn early and possibly put off our Georges for longer. Oh, now they're going to kill our treasure. Oh, well. Paladin class wouldn't even allow us to attack with the Innkeeper, so I'm just going to go Champ, Paladin class, not activate instead of Pally activate. Hey, speaking of Pallies, that is not land, but we're keeping it on top. It'll help us find it below. Right now on a double mulligan, but if we can get to these, kind of becomes our game. Interesting, no attack, no play from Oppo with 3 mana available. But we're just gonna go with this. Owlbear. Boy, I really want the Owlbear, but we can't. I mean, we are gonna venture. Raptor making me be a grown-up. There we go. So, yeah. You think they've got deal 5? Do you want to wait? I guess we can wait. Feels a little weird not to put pressure on them with this hand. But we can play around it if you really want to. Certainly we have our next turn is already laid out. It's going to be Paladin class. You just want to send in a champ. I like holding the champ just because we have equipment to put on it, although I've bottomed the torch. Yeah, they wouldn't hold back Hawk if they had the deal. That's a good point. I'm going to send this, though. We'll do this. Darkstar has a great point, but I do like being a little bit conservative here, offering the champ, seeing what they want to do. Low. Ooh, they barely got it, but they got it. The double. And now we decide what we're willing to offer here. Because we're doing this. And we could send in Moondancer and 2 for 1. We can send in Nadar and it's a 1 for 1. Kind of like waiting. We're going to take over with Pally class if we just hold. You want the treasure. We lose this. I'm just going to double strike next turn. It's true that making a goblin does good stuff for us. But I think waiting does incredible stuff for us, depending on what they've got behind here. Well, we can George it up. But Pally class, they got all this open mana. If it is deal 5, it explains what's up because they could get Nadar on the +5. But if we send in a 7/7 double striker, that's going to be good, right? Well, let's see. I'm gonna Paladin class, send in Moondancer, and then see what they've got. Oh, each other. I thought it was gonna be a 7/7. This is still awfully good, but I did think it was gonna be 7/7. They're playing white. One of the better draws for them right now would be the 1/3 modal that can make me sack an enchantment, or it can destroy an enchantment. I can't remember if it's make me sack or destroy. Fortunately, with all the life we're going to gain, this isn't even really a problem. If they're racing, we're in a great spot. We are going to give them a chance to get our pally with a deal 5, but as said, they've got so much to do now. It's okay if we lose our paladin. We send this. Oh yeah, I should have Georged for the life gain, you're right. I just liked having the threatening mana open, but it wouldn't be, it's not as valuable as just having a bigger creature. Yep. It's gonna get chumped anyway though, so like 2 more. It's a mistake, I should have played it, but it's not likely to be a mistake that matters, as they're likely to just chump the Moon Dancer anyway. We could make, yeah, we're just gonna make the Moon Dancer the big one still. If they want to take away our Nadar, that's okay. So much behind. And we'll do this. Yeah, we just want action now. That looks great, especially with Paladin class pumping up both sides of that thing. Looks like they don't have the deal 5, obviously, or this Paladin would have been dead to it. This might induce a scoop, even if they just feel like, okay, well, no removal, 2 huge things, I'm kind of done for. I mean, if that's what they've got, we're in great shape. Alright, they're empty-handed and in a world of trouble. At this point, I'm going to put a counter on the Goblin and make it double strike. Like, I guess any of the... Like, these are almost must-block anyway. And I could double strike one of them. It just guarantees that's going to be what they chump. So it doesn't really change all that much. So I like making the 2/2 bigger here. And again, I could have played the George again. But I think I want to go wide anyway. Like, these George life gains just don't matter when they're kind of forced to chump anyway. And I like getting wide. Yeah, good point too. We got 2 forced chumps now. They cannot let any of this through. We might be okay in this one if this is Oppo's best line. We might be okay. And I'm not laughing at Oppo. This is the kind of thing... Experiencing this from the other side makes you want to flip tables. Oppo probably asking themselves, well, okay, if I 3 for 1 here, what's my plan to win? How do I win, right? But that's why I thought the whole plan might induce a scoop. I just feel like Oppo needs a non-existent sweeper to get out of this. Yeah, also, we've established that you can't make this block oppo where you lose. Oh, lifelink, sure. Yeah, lifelink. No, they're at 1. Good call, Raptor. Hey, they have 1 creature that can block. All right, well, this deck is stomping. Feels good. I am going to call this a pause, though. Got some stuff to get to here today. And unless Marshall is, like, somehow actively streaming right now, I'm going to send it to Jamie. But good call to remind me that Marshall streams on Tuesdays. It's been so long since I've rated Marshall because of jury duty. But I'm going to call it for this day, and maybe we'll rate him next week. Thank you, Raptor. Appreciate the tips. And thanks for hanging out. I'll remind you of a few things. My own store. I don't talk that up enough. I sell Magic cards. Uploaded and listed a whole pile of blingy stuff. Got a lot of foils up right now. I list a lot of my foils as lightly played because basically foils, from a secondary market standpoint, if they're not pristine, they're kind of lightly played. But my lightly played foils are chef's kiss. So they're very, usually it means like something on the back, like there's a little spot of white on the back somewhere or something, and I call it lightly played. But from a front side, my if you're ever trying to sell it, it's lightly played, but when you look at it, it looks near mint. Well, curls don't count against mintness, actually, Mama, unless it's so curled that it can't be corrected. But since curling is correctable, it's not really a knock against pristineness. That being said, check out my store. Well, I don't know. Some people, yeah, some stuff comes off the presses curled. It's not great. I wish the foil processing was better. Yep, Pringle cards are a real thing. You want to see how Pringle cards are a real thing? This is like, let's see if I can show you this. This is a foil set. See this foil set and how they're all Pringled? I haven't gone through it all yet, but what I start to do is at least put them in opposing, face them in opposition so that they're at least working against each other. Maybe I'll read Goldfish's approach. I never mind learning some new ways to approach that. Anyway, I'm still trying to say goodbye to YouTube here, but YouTube friends, check out my store. Check out cardkingdom.com for my sponsors store. And please be a pal, be a friend, be a charitable human, and help empower young women through the charity that I am supporting in the upcoming Gauntlet. Usually Gauntlet is me on Fridays playing chat, but right now Gauntlet, I'm talking about Card Kingdom's effort to make a charitable event happen. That's happening on the 15th of August, so check that out. Thanks, YouTube friends. Look for part 2. I'll probably play the rest of this out with chat tomorrow, and so look for part 2 in the YouTube notes. Bye, friends.